the way in which we see ourselves, our self-perception, our identity, can affect the way in which things turn out. And sometimes the roots of our self-image are in our past. Somebody for whom this has become a career, talking to people about the way in which they see themselves, Tanya Unkovich. She joins us on the program. Kia ora, good afternoon.
Kia ora, how are you both?
Yeah, doing very
well,
well,
thank you.
Tanya. Now, this is a subject dear to your heart. You said that the whole idea of our identity. I mean, it's something that is so important. You really knuckle into it in the first couple of weeks of working with people.
I really do, because what I've identified is that no matter what people may have or what they come with and how long we've been working together, if they don't have that strong personal foundation and strong belief in themselves and hold on to that, they will frequently slip back into those past behaviours. But if they are able to, in an instant, kind of even at the click of a finger, go, hang on, that's not who I am anymore. I don't behave like that. I don't think like that anymore. I'm going to put my shoulders back and strut forward because this is who I am.
We're all kind of the sum of a whole bunch of factors that have shaped who we are throughout our lives. I suppose these are contributing factors to our identity. For some people, though, the lies that have been spoken over their lives deeply impact the way in which they see themselves.
Yes, it does. And I always remind people that we were created in the image of God well before any of those lies were spoken above us. So go back to that and hold on to that. And then also I say, well, how about we now challenge these lies? Let's find evidence to prove the opposite. And you can easily go through an exercise of proving those lies to be wrong. And that's where you can then change the story that you're holding on to, that these lies have fed you with. You can actually go, actually, this is not true. And here's the evidence to prove it.
I mean, this is really important stuff, and I can imagine it would actually take a long time to unpack, Tanya. But I guess a big question is how does an identity that is perhaps disempowered show up in the day-to-dayness of our life? How do we even identify that this is happening?
Well, you can listen to the stories that you find are repeating in your head, you know, that inner voice, that critic. I sometimes call her the crazy aunt in the attic who's just rambling all the time. You can notice how you walk, notice how you hold your body. How do you present yourself when you go out into the world? You know, one way that is very obvious is if you actually notice that you're harming yourself in some way. You're eating too much, you're drinking too much, you're doing things that are harmful to you physically. You may show up in your relationship where you are feeling a bit disempowered, you're feeling insecure. That's another way that it shows up. If you go to work and professionally this imposter syndrome comes into your head and goes, well, who do you think you are to be able to do X, Y, and Z? You know, so those are some examples of how a disempowered foundation identity shows up in the everydayness of your life and just beats away at you ever so much.
As Diane was saying, this may take some time to unpack and to have a more positive self-identity. But what are some strategies, what are some tips to at least point us in the right direction? Tanya, what advice would you give in this area?
Well, I'm firstly going to say, what if it doesn't take a lot of time to unpack? Because sometimes when a client comes to me in our first session, we turn it around within an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
And there are some amazing strategies to be able to go, well, actually, this isn't who you are. Let's go back and just have a revisit at some of the things that you are so proud of that you've done in your life. Let me give me some examples of how you have shown up for another human being, how you've helped another human being. Give me an example of when you've felt the love of God. Give me an example of what a wonderful mother or a wonderful father, husband, wife that you are. We're able to find evidence very, very quickly to flip that switch and remind someone, actually, I'm winning in life. In fact, I've been winning for a long time. I just happen to have forgotten and I keep stacking on the negative instead of the positive. So it can be done quickly.
That's good to know, actually, because it might feel like a little bit of a burden to even start. So just knowing that actually, you can do it in a way that is quicker. So I love some of the ideas you've got here about how we can create a new empowered identity. Even saying that, I feel stronger. What are some of those?
Well, number one, your physiology. How do I walk? How do I breathe? How are my shoulders? Are they scrunched forward or are they back? Really notice your physiology, because if you're going to walk around with your shoulders down, looking down at the ground, that's how you're going to feel. So if you look up, look at people eye to eye, smile, things like that can really change how you feel. Another thing you can do is watch what is coming out of your mouth. Instead of, I can't, I should, oh, I'll try, oh, I'm not really that good at, just flip it around and say the opposite. I am strong. I am lovable. I am worthy. Okay, so there's something else that you can do. Here's the trick, though. You learn these things and you commit to making small changes, but you do it one day at a time, every single day. It's like getting up and having a shower. We do that, right, to clean our bodies up.
Yeah.
We do the same to clean our mind, to clean all the garbage that's in there. It's about doing it one day at a time.
This is really, really great stuff, talking identity, and I'm sure that we can unpack this one even further. We've run out of time today, though, Tanya. If people want to check out perhaps previous conversations we've had, all up on your YouTube, right?
Everything is up on YouTube. This will be up on YouTube. I love everything about identity, so you'll find a whole lot there to go back and listen to past interviews.
Tanya, thank you so much for the blessing that you are to so many people. And if somebody wanted to start that journey today, they can get in touch with you, of course, from your website, and perhaps consider booking an appointment, as well as checking out those videos, right?
Absolutely. TanyaUnkovich.com. Plenty of resources there as well.